Good morning, and welcome to another Pebble in the Pond video, continuation in the head-on series. In this particular one are the 10 Commandments valid today, especially focusing on the fourth, the Sabbath rest. And now, when we concluded that it was perpetual for all time for the house of Israel, so that it's valid. We also mentioned its initiation in the book of Genesis, at the creation by God. He hallowed the seventh day and rested on it. So are the 10 Commandments valid today? I believe, yes, they are valid. With the royal law as well, love your neighbor as yourself, and Christ's commission. And that's what we focus on, and of course all the principles, morals, and values that go along with those and that are taught in the Bible as well. We know that Jesus, the Christ, is the Lord of the Sabbath, as stated 3 times in the New Testament. Now, that poses a question for the Sabbatical arguments. Why would Jesus be the Lord of the Sabbath if there was no Sabbath to be kept or to be Lord of? Right. Well, he wouldn't. And read him real quick. Matthew 12:8. For the Son of Man is the Lord even of the Sabbath day. And in Mark 2:27. And he said unto them, the Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. Therefore, the Son of Man is the Lord of the Sabbath. Luke 6:5. And he said unto them that the Son of Man is Lord also of the Sabbath. And he kept the Sabbath his entire life. So why do so many denominations today teach that the fourth commandment was done away with completely with the rest of the 9 commandments, and all they have to do is talk to Jesus and pray to Jesus, and it's all good? Well, they're not rightly dividing the word, and they're wrong, as there has always been a Sabbath day of rest since the first 6 days of creation, and the 7th day rest in Genesis given of God. In fact, the 7 days in our calendar week started at the beginning of the creation in Genesis as well. So, what was the real reason for the change? I would also mention that the Mosaic Law was the first written law for mankind. Adam had his law, and the laws came directly to the men that the covenant was with. So we had the Adamic covenant, thou shalt not eat the tree of knowledge of good and evil, right? And he had more laws than that too. Murder, Cain killed Abel, we knew it was murder, we knew it was bad. But there was no written law with Moses. Yeah. And let me get down to that. Then we had Noah, right? The Tower of Babel, he spread everybody out. Noah, what happened? Since there was no written law across the land, mankind went berserk and was committing all kind of heinous and evil acts. And the Lord God killed every soul on the planet. But by grace, Noah was kept along with 8 total people on the ark. Then we may have descendants from that of Abraham, who, what did he say? Well, right after the flood, it says, here's some laws he gave to Noah. Excuse me. Genesis 9, 5, and 6. And surely your blood of your lives will I require, at the hand of every beast will I require it. That's something to remember. Every creature that you kill of God, he will require an accounting of it. And at the hand of every man's brother will I require the life of man. So he's talking about whosoever sheddeth man's blood, by man his blood shall be shed, for in the image of God made he man. So there was another, and there's many more. There's a piece of law there. And we go on when God was going to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah for their homosexuality and carnality of sinful deviance. And they started talking about, well, would you destroy this city if there were so many righteous? Righteousness means right living, meaning obeying the laws of God. And that went on from there. So we have Abrahamic, Isaac, Jacob, and of course Moses was the first one to have the written laws of God, something that would be for all time, because word of mouth laws were limited to where they could go across the countryside. Okay, so we know that Jesus is the Lord of the Sabbath, right? And the Sabbath was made to man as for rest, and we read that initially on the first video. So why do so many church denominations teach the fourth commandment was done away with completely, right? Along with the other 9 commandments, right? We know, in fact, there are 7 days in our calendar week, which is another issue of the sabbatical arguments of the days, and what's what we cover right now. And that started at the days breaking down. We're at the beginning of creation in Genesis, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh day, and we have 7 days in our week, which is a carryover. And I may mention that the Gregorian calendar and the Judeo calendar are identical. That the Israelis keep their Sabbath on today as we speak. So, what was the real reason for the change, right? That's the biggest question for me when I was studying.